When you sit inside a moving vehicle, you are sealed inside a rolling, climate-controlled vault. You dictate the speed, the temperature, and the locks. We assume that as long as we are tethered to modern road networks, we are leaving a continuous trail. Our phones ping passing cell towers, our toll tents log our locations, and our tires press distinct tread patterns into the dirt. But missing persons archives contain a distinct category of cold cases that defy this logic. These are investigations where every physical and digital breadcrumb abruptly stops the exact second a person's foot hits the pavement. The most disturbing element of these investigations is rarely the destination. It is the impossibly tight time frame in which the person goes missing. The moment a car door opens to the outside air, it creates a vanishing window. The roadside instantly becomes a liminal space where human existence can be erased. The widest iteration of this window exists along Canada's Highway 16, a 720-kilometer corridor known as the Highway of Tears, bordered by dense wilderness. In this region, a sparse population and a total lack of public transit force vulnerable travelers to rely on hitchhiking. Standing on the shoulder waiting for a passing car creates a prolonged window of physical exposure. By the time someone is reported missing, hours or even days have elapsed. The vast terrain easily swallows any physical evidence, leaving investigators with almost nothing to track. But a disappearance doesn't require hours of isolation in a remote forest. The window of vulnerability can shrink down to mere split seconds, as seen in the 1989 case of 17-year-old Karen Spencer. Following a dispute with a family member, Karen stepped out of a car onto the shoulder of Interstate 275 near Cincinnati, a frantic, high-speed environment. Witnesses reported seeing her walking along the highway and noticed a red Datsun pull over. Moments later, she was gone, and police never recovered a single piece of conclusive physical evidence. Whether the environment demands hours of rural exposure or provides just a fraction of a second on a chaotic interstate, the roadside operates as a highly efficient eraser of evidence. The forensic puzzle becomes tighter in crash and vanish scenarios. In 2004, college student Mara Murray crashed on Route 112 on a freezing winter night. A bus driver offered help at 7:27 p.m. Police arrived at 7:46 p.m. Accounting for the bus leaving, this creates a rigid window of less than 10 minutes. In that time frame, Mara vanished completely, leaving zero footprints in the surrounding snow. You might assume modern technology has closed this gap, but today's rideshare cases represent the ultimate digital vanishing window. Apps like Uber and Lyft use GPS telemetry, constant location data beamed to remote servers, and exact timestamps to build an indisputable record of a passenger's journey. This creates a deep sense of security. But that entire tracking apparatus shuts down the exact second the ride ends, often leaving passengers deposited in dark or unfamiliar zones. Even the vehicles themselves act as witnesses. Dash cams record the drop-off, but they are confined to a narrow, forward-facing field of view. They capture the passenger stepping out, walking off camera, and disappearing into an untraceable void. Highly precise timelines and modern digital tracking do not prevent disappearances. They only serve to document exactly how fast a person can step outside a camera's frame and evaporate. We see this pattern repeat across vastly different environments. That happens over hours on isolated Canadian highways, inside a 7-minute gap at a snowy crash site, and in the split second a digital map stops updating at an Uber drop-off. The core mechanism remains identical. Extreme physical vulnerability begins the exact moment a person leaves the footprint of a vehicle. We built a society highly reliant on continuous GPS tracking and instant cellular communication. Yet that entire safety net fails as soon as a shoe touches the asphalt. The road acts as the definitive boundary line. Inside the car, you are on the grid. Outside, you are standing in the untamed unknown. Decades of technological advancement haven't changed the geometry of the road. It still only takes a matter of moments for a human being to step out of a car and step off the face of the earth.